Hannah Nice here, head trainer and co-founder of the Magnetic Mind certification here at Conscious Education. This is a live session that has been filmed in our Magnetic Mind Masterclass, which is a coaching program. If you hear me refer to attendees, this was a live session inside the program. You won't be able to comment or chat with me, obviously. Enjoy the session and subscribe, hit that notification button, and share the session if you feel this is valuable. Bye for now. Grateful for you. And today's session is a session that I actually did a couple of months ago. And I really felt the importance of doing it today. And it's absolutely something that helps with establishing and putting all the weight into your creative orientation. And it is understanding the power of vibration. It is understanding the power of vibration. When you create your end results, wouldn't you say that it is absolutely something that you want to do? You want to create that end result to the full. When you look at your choices, the orientational choices and the true end results that you're choosing individually, wouldn't you say you really want to have that full expansion? You want to have the full expression of what it is that's possible for you in the potential of that end result. Wouldn't you say that's something that you want to do? Or would you go, no, less than 100% is okay. We want the full plate, hey. We want the full menu, we want to have all the experiences. Right? Mara says yes. Thanks, Mara. What about the others? Wouldn't you say that's something that you want? Yeah, right? Now, the truth is, you can absolutely have that. And that is awesome. And it has to do with understanding vibration and how to utilize vibration in your favor to really support your creative orientation, to really support the weight that you put into the beneficial focus of going for what you love. And what is true is that what you're choosing has a vibration, has a signature, has a sound, a spark, an initial energy potential that is set once you choose it. It's already there. It's already the invisible instructions of what is coming into being through us taking the action and concretizing in reality. The vibration is already there. We already have the signature, so to say, of the full potential of what it is that we're creating. And it is just true that the signature, this vibration, absolutely determines what is going to come into being in the outer reality. So the vibration in the invisible determines the vibration in the visible. It's quite logical. Hey, you choose something, that's the spark, the sound, the ping, the vibration that you set, so to say, that's there. That's what I always call locking it in. And then we go, okay, so keeping the focus on that is going to be our point of orientation. That is going to be our focal point. And that is what determines the action that we're going to take. So that will create in the visible. Now, when we get ourselves knocked out of that creative orientation and we start reacting instead of creating, we might find ourselves in a place where we go, okay, so there's something that happens that I don't want. So I'm going to choose what I like better. And if we're doing that, if you're reacting instead of creating, that which you choose also holds the opposite extreme. And that has to do with vibration. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. But it's really important to understand that when we shift out of the creative orientation and we go, okay, something is happening and we're reacting, and we go, so that what I'm experiencing right now isn't desirable. I want something else. And you use that, what you don't want, as the focal point, and you go, I want to move away from that. That is when you're reacting. And that which you choose also holds the opposite extreme. It's on the same level. And what you really want to do as a conscious creator is you want to choose the highest vibration. Okay, so instead of here's what I don't want, on the same level, I'm going to choose the opposite extreme because that feels better. You want to choose the highest vibration. You want to choose the highest vibration. You want to choose that which you truly love and receive that creation on all levels, right? You want to receive that creation on all levels and in its fullest expression. Now, talking about vibration and talking about reacting, you can literally see it like that. Let me just paint that out for you. So let's say you're choosing to stop smoking. Okay. And right now you're smoking. So this is supposed to say smoking, stop smoking. Okay. Here's the thing. This might feel better in the first place because, hey, I'm going to stop smoking. The truth is, it's still on the same vibration that says addiction. It's just the opposite extreme. Addicted, not addicted, but it's still the same vibration. We just changed the frequency, the rate of occurrence. Can you see that? We just changed the frequency, the rate of occurrence. We're just reacting, but we're on the same vibration. And that is not the highest vibration of what's possible. Or if you go, right now is bad, I'm going to choose good instead. Guess what? It's the same vibration, just a different frequency of worth. Can you see that? It's the same vibration. It's just the opposite end. It's just a different frequency. It's just a different rate of occurrence. It's just opposite ends of the same scale. And it doesn't essentially change anything. Or, for example, wanting to have hot instead of cold. It's just the opposite extreme of the same vibration of temperature. It's the same vibration, it is just a different frequency. And as long as you are in the lower vibration of reaction, because all of that is just reaction, it's just pendulum swing, it's just reacting to what's there, to then go on the same frequency, on the same vibration, I move to the opposite end because that feels better. You're reacting, you're problem solving. You're still choosing from the same vibration. And this is really, really interesting because there have been ancient teachings for a lot of, for a very, very long time, for thousands of years, this has already been present, that vibration is a crucial aspect of creation. So maybe some of you have heard of the Hermetic Principles. Who's heard of the Hermetic Principles? The Hermetic Principles, they're a really, really ancient teaching, thousands of years old. And Hermetic Principles tell us that there are universal laws that apply to all creation. So just in a nutshell, Hermetic Principles were taught by Hermes Trismegistus, the Thrice Great, also known as Thoth, and it's actually not really Not really clear, not really known if it was one person or a group of mystics. And you can actually read those Hermetic Principles in a book that is called The Kybalion. The Kybalion, let me put that in the chat box. This is a really, really, really good summary that is written by, in the book it says the three initiates. Most likely the person who wrote this book was William Walker Atkinson, but he was referring to himself as the three initiates. And in the Kybalion, you will find all the Hermetic Principles in a good overview and also explaining them. Now, the reason why I bring the Hermetic Principles up is this ancient teaching of universal laws that apply to all creation also has a principle that goes, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The principle of vibration. And what you learn with this principle is that everything that is created holds a vibration and is consistently in motion. Okay, so the Hermetic principle of vibration is really, really important when it comes to living the full expression of what it is that you're choosing, because the principle of vibration tells us that there's a vibration to everything. There's a vibration to everything. I personally love this principle because A, it means nothing is solid, and B, we can always work on the vibration, meaning we can always choose the vibration, the highest vibration of what it is that we want to create. So we might get caught up in the idea that things are set in stone. Hey, and a lot of us learn that when we grow up. Things are set in stone. Life's the way it is. Here's your path. That is your career. That is your family. That is your house. And here's what you're supposed to do. And here's what's not available to you because. Okay. So we learn a lot of things. We're really conditioned and educated into things are set in stone. Things go a certain way. And if it is just that we learn, for example, in biology, that the brain is developing until the early 20s, and after that, all the brain does is deteriorate, which we know by now isn't true. So science of neuroplasticity shows us that the brain is plastic and is ever changeable up until we leave this earthly plane. And that's just as a really, really small example. However, it is really important to understand that nothing is solid. Nothing is solid. So when you go from macro to micro and you look at the innate structure of an atom and you zoom in, you will realize, and I mean, we all learned that in physics, hey, that this is like a little solar system with the nucleus, and then the electrons and the protons just circulating around. Now, the truth is that in between these little parts of the atom, so to say, there's so much space. There's more space than anything else. When you zoom in, it's like a little galaxy with just a few little tiny bits and pieces that are rotating around. The rest is space. And when you go deeper and deeper and deeper, you come to the point where you see there's much more space than anything else. And in the end, everything is just solely, essentially, a vibration. So the point that makes vibration solid and tangible for us is basically just the frequency, that the rate of occurrence, so to say. So my hand looks quite solid. Hey, so my hand looks solid, and you might just be thinking, okay, so if the hand isn't solid, why can't you just, cut through this flip chart right here? And the best way to explain this is that when you have a car that is going really, really fast, there will be the turning wheels, okay? And we all know the wheels of cars, right? So it's the wheel, it's got the rubber, and there are spokes. Now, when the car is standing still, we all see that there's space in between the spokes. And when the car is standing still, of course, I could put my hand through, right? I could put my hand through the spokes. Now, as it moves really fast, you wouldn't go and want to do that, right? You wouldn't want to go and do that. You wouldn't go and put your hand through with the wheels turning really, 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 really fast, because even though there's space, it has that solidity where you can't put your hand through. And same, for example, with a bicycle or with a ceiling fan, even though there's space in between the blades of the fan, as it's rotating really fast, it becomes more solid, right? So everything's vibrating, everything's alive, and nothing is set in stone. And everything you're creating holds a vibration as well. Now, this is what the alchemists always have pointed out. Ancient alchemist teachings. When you're choosing something, it holds a vibration. Okay, so when you choose something that's good, it also holds the vibration of bad. And when you choose something that's hot, it's just a different version of cold, and it holds the vibration of temperature. Okay, so again, good is just a different version of bad. It's both worth. Light is just a different version of dark. It's both brightness. And these are just different extremes, different frequencies of the same thing. Different frequencies of the same vibration. And it's problem solving. Can you see that? Because we are reacting. We choose the one over the other on the same vibration. The frequency will be different, yes. And the initial experience of it will be different, because we go, okay, yeah, that was bad. Now this is good. This feels better, right? Bad, less bad, quite okay, better, good. So absolutely, yes, the initial experience of this changed frequency will be different, but the vibration will be still the same. Egoically, we will assume that we have changed something. And who would say that is true? Egoically, we will go, oh, we're solving a problem. That feels better. This is different. It feels better. It's no longer bad. It's good. It's no longer smoking. It's, I stopped smoking. Right? But it's still the same vibration. It's just oscillation to the other end of the scale. Yeah. And this is why most people oscillate. This is why most people oscillate, and you can see that over and over and over again. They react and they choose the one extreme, and the pendulum always swings back. If you go for one of these, the other one must exist. It's just what it is, law of vibration. There's no way around it. It's like gravity, you know, gravity exists, and we could self-consciously try to fight it and go, no, I'm going to defy gravity. But it won't work. It's just what it is. And vibration is there. Everything has a vibration. Everything holds a vibration. And the important shift and the important step that you need to take is you must choose a higher frequency that exists above the pendulum swing. Okay, so where's my pen? Here. When we are in our self-conscious, okay, so just imagine this half of the circle fully colored. This is our self-conscious, okay? In the self-conscious, the pendulum swing exists, okay? So there will always be a pendulum swinging between good, bad, hot, cold, fill in the gap, okay? So we will self-consciously go and assume when we choose the better over the worse, we're actually changing something, but we're still engaging in the pendulum swing. So we can't, for all eternity, hold the pendulum in that one extreme. It will naturally swing back. Who can see that? It will naturally swing back. Okay, now, and that gets us right into the unconscious that has defined a balance point where we gotta exist according to the unconscious, because that is where we are surviving. That is where the body stays alive. Now, what we need to do, we need to rise up to the place of most power, which is here in the superconscious. And we choose for something to exist. We just choose something. Doesn't matter where it is, we just choose it. Okay? Looks like a cookie right now, but these are just the different points of what you can choose and what you can focus on, right? Without needing it to be good or bad. We just choose it because we love it. So we rise above the pendulum swing. Does that make sense, everyone? We rise above the pendulum swing. And that's what the alchemists teach us. You need to rise up. You need to rise up to the place of most power. Yeah, maybe the cookie is a good metaphor, because you've got all these chocolate drops in here and you just choose one because you love it. Okay, so we need to rise up to the place of most power, choose it from here, become the light again, acknowledging our innate genius, our innate intelligence, and then create by choosing. Okay, and then from here, through all our other aspects of consciousness, bringing that down and creating. You can absolutely follow the chocolate, right on. But does it make sense? So you're not in reaction to something. You're not here. You choose above the pendulum swing, because otherwise you're going to oscillate. And the way you choose is you fixate yourself on a vibration up here. And the vibration that you fixate yourself on is what you vibrate on, right? Meaning, if you choose to, what was the example, to give up smoking, the vibration is still that of addiction. It's just another extreme, you see? You need to get to that higher vibration. So you fixate yourself on a higher frequency. Meaning, in this case, for example, choosing the life you love, or choosing to be the predominant creator, or choosing health and vitality, or choosing an elf business. Unrelated to what the self-conscious assumes is better or worse, right? You really need to do that. You really need to choose the higher vibration and not react to something. Even though the self-conscious will assume, but we've made a choice. No, my dear, you've just solved a problem and you find yourself in that same vibration. You find yourself in that same vibration. You need to choose what you love just because you love it. And you need to really put that weight into that focus. Because guess what? There's only two orientations and two structures that we can live in: creating or problem solving. So you can either go and focus on your desired reality and put the weight here, or you can find yourself in problem solving and orientate in your self and unconscious beliefs, thoughts, problems, and all the other things the self-conscious assumes need to be worked out first before you can go over here. You need to choose that. And we can all agree that this right here, especially when we start practicing the creative process, will have much more weight in it naturally. Who would say this is true for them? This right here will have much more weight to it naturally because that's what we're used to. That's what we've learned. That's what we've been conditioned into. That is what we've practiced, what society gives us. It's here. Now the task is to shift that, to shift the weight over here, over and over and over and over again. And it's not hard. It doesn't need to be worked on. It's a shift in focus. And you can do it in a split second, any given moment of your day, of your life. It's a shift in focus. And that is what you want to practice. That is the beneficial conditioning, so to say. This is where you get all your aspects of consciousness, all of you, aligned with that frequency. You get all aspects of consciousness aligned with that frequency. By shifting that focus. And again, it is simply just a shift in focus. Locking that in. Shifting the weight over here. And in the very moment where you focus, that has the weight. It's nothing that you need to drag up or lift up. That stays here. You stop engaging in that. And this happens in a split second. In any given moment of your life, you can do that. It is so, 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 so important. And as soon as you're here, you engage with that frequency, you engage with that vibration, you engage with that highest potential of what it is that you truly love. And while you're holding that focus and you're taking the action, you already experience the benefits of holding that focus, because guess what? Wouldn't you say you feel happy, fulfilled, peaceful, calm, whatever it is that is the vibration of your end result when you tune in? You already feel it, you already have it. So not only do you put the weight here by focusing on it and then taking the action to complete what it is in the outer reality that's already complete in the invisible, your current reality shifts in the very moment as well. Your experience of yourself, your experience of your life, the things you pay attention to. Guess what? For those of you who are in the certification, you know we talk a lot about structure of reality and how human consciousness works and what we take in and how we filter information. As soon as we're in the experience of the end result and we're living and embodying all the emotions, all the feelings that we feel when we have it, guess what? Your awareness, your perception of reality will shift towards everything that serves this, including your experience of yourself. Including your experience of yourself. And this is crucial. You find yourself in the experience of it, you take the action, and these come together. Okay, so you need to choose what you love just because you love it. Really deeply connecting into that vibration, and that will have you receive it right now already and then create it. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.